Welcome to Lacekickz.
Welcome to Kicks and Souls podcast. Hope everyone is well and keeping safe. Enjoy the episode. Thank you for all your support.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Kicks and Soul podcast. And yes, enjoy the show. I'm here with my brothers tonight.
Hey guys, kicking it with G. Again, you all know who I am. It's the teacher with the sick kicks. But yeah, hopefully tonight's going to be another good one. It always is.
Oh man, that's not AK.
Oh, all right. Hi guys. Once again, it's your boy Derek, also known as the SHOEZEN.ONE on Instagram, and it's great to be back in your show. So it's great to be back in the Lacekickz show.
Hey guys, I'm Charlie. You can follow me on Instagram at Charlie AIRWALKER. I'm a photographer and full-time content creator. So yeah, if you want to follow along and see what I do, you can catch me at Charlie AIRWALKER on Instagram. Other than that, I'm a sneaker fanatic and a bit of a sneaker junkie, you could say, and I'm happy to be amongst this group of legendary sneakerheads. It's good. So thanks for having me.
Awesome. I guess I'll start off. Yeah. So last week we were blessed with SHOEZEN.ONE sharing his story about where it all started. So I guess for the people who are listening, tell us a little bit more about you, Charlie, and how it all started for you in terms of sneakers, in terms of because I know I've known you since 2013, and I know throughout that time, right, and throughout that time, I know you've also started your own like labels and all that sorts of stuff. But yeah, just let the viewers know, let the listeners know how it all started for you.
Yeah, sure. So I've always been a sneakerhead from as long as I can remember. It all started out as kids. I'm sure everyone else is maybe in the same boat. That I'd go to school and see other kids wearing these shoes that I couldn't have. So I grew up wanting these special shoes, and when I got to an age where I had a job, I could buy them, and yeah, now this is the result of it. But otherwise, sneakers for me started, I just wanted a fresh pair all the time. It wasn't so much about the shoe. I knew that I loved shoes, but for me it was more so like a fresh pair. I wanted that fresh pair of sneakers. And then as time went on, you knew what was hot and what was not. So you started to gravitate towards, the hottest sneakers and start to understand sneakers and the history of sneakers and everything that comes with sneakers. So that's where it first started. And then as a teenager, I grew up in Western Sydney, Southwest Sydney. And sneakers there was it was a status symbol. You could say if you had, the white sneakers on, you were the cool guy in the area. So even if you didn't know who the person was and you looked down at their feet and they had the right shoes, you're like, yeah, we're cool. Straight away, we're cool. Like, you're all good. We can be friends if you've got
It's
the right
not eye contact anymore. It's the shoe contact.
Nah, not at all. It's shoes first. Shoes first. You look down and be like, yeah, we can hang. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. You know what I mean? So yeah, it moved on to that. And then as I got older, I really started to appreciate the culture in itself around sneakers, and hip hop culture and dance culture. Like, I think sneakers touches sort of everyone in different ways.
From graffiti to everything.
Everything from graffiti to rave nights, to hip hop heads, to skate heads. Like, it's the beauty about being a sneakerhead is having this massive community that you can enjoy. It's not just bottlenecked into one thing. For me, I was your regular Islander kid, Southwest Sydney hip hop head, and I enjoyed everything about the culture of sneakers. and with the culture of sneakers came clothing, right? Like you got the
Yes.
sneakers on,
Mm.
and you gotta come with your fit. You gotta come correct with your
Yes.
fit. And I always look at people in the way that they dress, and I think if you put an outfit together, like you've taken a little bit of time to, you know, coordinate
yeah.
your outfit. That's a tick, another tick for me. So you got good shoes on, and now your sneakers match your outfit. Tick, like yeah. So with that, I thought I love underground brands. I remember when Supreme first hit. Like that's how old I am. Supreme hit at about the same time as Echo Unlimited. I don't know if you
Echo,
guys
yeah.
remember
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
and like the generation is like today doesn't understand the impact of that Echo brand. I think for me anyway, that brand like took me to my next level of street culture, sneaker
Yes.
culture. Like anyone in hip hop game who was anyone was wearing Echo clothing. Wu-Tang Clan, those guys, they were like echoed out. So that brand resonated a lot with me. And then from there, I always loved clothing. And then I thought to myself one day, literally, you know, I'm gonna start my own clothing brand. I reckon I can do this.
Yeah.
And it's a good step.
and
It's a good step.
it is. It's a good idea. I think the idea is better than actually doing it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love it. I love the culture. I love street clothing. I love everything about it. But entrepreneur type stuff is very decorated online, and people are like, yeah, the t-shirt brand and this and that. Like behind all of that, there's a lot of like lonely days and lonely nights and a lot of hard work. But because I love it, I didn't really feel it. But yeah, so I've done that a few times. I've did it with a few different people and started a few different brands. And then my last venture was Coca brand. That was after a brand called Humble Home, which I started with another person, and then you know things happen in life, and then we decided to separate and move to this. And yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. COVID hit, so I couldn't really do too much. And as well as like paying bills, like that's a big thing. So you know, real life, we got to go out and pay the bills, and do all of that. And it was really hard with Coca and COVID to sort of do both. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, what I do. And right now, as of now, I am a full-time content creator. So I make videos and shoot photos for a
I love your work, man. I love your work.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
It's just you and Queer Derek, right? I'll put you guys on that level where, wow, man, you guys inspired me so much with your work. And for me, it's like, yeah, I gotta step my game up sometimes when I look at your pictures.
Oh no, I totally understand, because like I think for me as well, when I'm looking at the content that you guys put out, I'm like, man, like this is just awesome. Like I look at it and my eyes just like light up, and I was like, I love this stuff, right? And I think for what you guys do, I just totally appreciate it. So kudos to you too. But yeah, sorry to jump in there, Charlie. You finish up.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. No, I forgot what I was going to say anyway. But
sorry.
But yeah, so, sorry. Where am I now?
Content creator.
Content creation. I shoot video. I'm blessed to be able to do what I love full time. Like it's a massive blessing. What I can say to like kids out there that want to do like Instagram as a job or create content as their full-time job, it's not easy, but it's very rewarding. If it's something that you love, go for it. If you're passionate enough, go for it. It's very hard, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, no, it's like, what are you doing? And, you know, try and stray you in other directions. But if that's what you like to do, if you love to make content and do Instagram for a job, then I'd say totally go for it, guys. Like, go for it.
And I think what SHOEZEN.ONE said last week about, like, you know, it's not about putting content out for the people out there. It's about putting content out for you. So if you feel as though like you're doing it for you, and don't worry about the haters, and what he was saying, like, you know, along that context. But yeah, I think it's awesome that you know, we have more and more of more kids, I guess, that are getting into the culture and putting just content out there and putting themselves out there. And I think for me, when I first met you, Charlie, I think the word, like, you just epitomized the word hustle, right? Because it was always, you were always doing something. And I was just like, man, this guy, he's just nonstop. And I know for, like, you know, when I first met you, we just connected straight away, because teaching in an environment where, you know, I'm teaching like Polynesian kids, and then getting to know you and your culture, and it was just, yeah, it was just awesome. As you were saying, when you were explaining a little bit of your story, that, you know, sneakers became just a status symbol, and also it's a subculture of a bigger culture, right? Like hip hop culture. But I think a lot of people don't necessarily understand that the sneaker culture itself, that subculture, is just a small percentage, right? A small percentage of everything. So for us to love sneakers, there's only really a small percentage of people that get us, right? So I guess my next question, I'm going to direct it to SHOEZEN.ONE, and then we'll move around the group. So how do you explain to somebody, right? How do you explain to somebody about your love for sneakers? Like, I have an auntie, and she always tells me, like, so many shoes, but only one set of feet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you do it? SHOEZEN.ONE, how do you do it?
Well,
that's a good question.
Wait. Just before, can I just fanboy just for a quick minute? Charlie, man, I've been dying to meet you in real, bro. Bro, you're such an inspiration to me, man. Like, I tell people just to go out and freestyle it when they ask me how to shoot. Bro, when I started out, man, I was looking at your shots, man. Like, how the hell does this guy control lights? So for me, well, not, you know, face to face, but we're virtually face to face.
Yeah,
bro. Thank you so much for the inspiration and the kind words you've given me over the years, man. It has carried me through some of my darkest days. And thank you for believing in me and trusting my craft enough to, you know, send me some of your stuff to put on my Instagram. Bro, you were one of the first ones that believed in me. So thank you so much.
Can I just jump in on top of that? I didn't know that whole backstory of, like, you know, this guy was watching me, and that pushes me to a thing, like, just a little bit off topic, that you don't know who's watching, who's enjoying your content. You know, even times like you put stuff out and you're unsure about it, you really don't know who's loving it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So back yourself sometime. But back to the story, SHOEZEN.ONE, thank you. I didn't know any of that, really. I really didn't. I was going through a stage where, like, I felt sort of creatively trapped. So I jumped on Instagram. I hadn't been on there for a while. I haven't been on there for a while now, but that's not because I'm feeling creatively like down. I'm just like super busy, but I will be back. Like, for some good stuff, I will be back. But yeah, I was in a place where I was creatively trapped, and then I saw your stuff, and I was like, yo, like, through all the loud noise in the sneaker world, like, this just came through so clearly, and I was like, wow. It was like a breath of fresh air. It really was. It was a breath of fresh air to see someone, like, take such clean shots, man. Like, it was so clean. And that spurred me on to make me a little bit more creative. I was like, yo, I haven't been here for a while. This is where the talent is at. I need to sort of catch up to this guy, man. Like, I need to really, like, start thinking about it. You know what I mean? And I remember saying to my wife, after looking at all your stuff, I was like, hey, babe, like, I got to get back out and start shooting some sneaker content stuff, because, like, it's really hot out there at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
And I feel like I'm getting left behind. And, like, when I saw even your name, like, everything about it was like SHOEZEN.ONE, and I was like, yo, bro,
the only one.
This guy's like SHOEZEN.ONE. I was thinking, then I was like, oh, Zen as in Zen Master.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, wow, this guy comes with like a whole story. And then from there, the way that you portrayed like all of your content, you tell an amazing story. And and I was like, yo, I got to get some of my stuff to this guy because
Yeah,
it looks amazing, and I want my clothes to look amazing.
yeah,
Some free stuff.
yeah. No, I totally agree with everything you said there, Charlie.
That's how we sort of got started. But yeah, like Derek, you just like snuck up on me. You know when someone like scares you and you're like, oh shit, it was like that type of moment. It was like, oh shit, like this is like legit.
Bro,
So yeah, man. You and a few other people that I follow, a few of my friends. Big shout out to probably people like Ben Galetta. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. I've been watching his photography journey come from like just shooting like rah stuff to being like this influencer, like
Yeah, right.
creator. So Benny, if you're watching and if you're listening, bro, keep it up. You're doing well. Who else can I shout out to? Like besides you guys, Paul Stewart. I don't know if you guys like follow along with that guy's stuff. But I've been following Paul since I've been following that guy since the beginning, and watching his journey. And that's what I love. I love watching like the journey of people
the difference,
and how well it goes. And that's why I keep following Derek, because I feel like Derek just levels up every single time. I'm like, bro, I can't keep up, bro. I can't keep up. Like, there's so many things. Like, I remember your photos so vividly. Like your shopping one. Like there was this one where you were near some great. I was like, bro, that shot was so good. And you're like, yeah, I was just going out to do some shopping, so I thought I'd take a quick photo. I'm like, man, give us a break, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, but yeah, so sorry to jump in on you, Derek, but like I get it, but the feeling's totally like mutual, the opposite way, man. Like,
it pushes you more.
Your stuff is like, wow.
I promise you, man. You started me off. It feels like I'm getting props from my dad. Dude.
But I think the biggest thing is for you guys. Like as you were saying, you're both inspiring each other, and you're kind of like using each other as a benchmark. But the best thing is that you're not too scared to share. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're not scared to share that knowledge. You're not scared to you're not keeping it to yourself. It's all about like everybody else, which is amazing. And yeah, like as you were saying, Charlie, you don't necessarily know the type of influence you have on who's looking at your content, right? But then when someone does, and someone like I try to especially for my account, I try to interact with as many people as I can that hey, awesome shot, so interact. I'm just like, cool, yeah, oh man, like, yeah, thank you, because I mean for most of us, we're kind of just putting content out there to have like a visual representation of our collection, right? And yeah, so like back to the question, right? So chosen one, like how do you explain? No, you're good, Charlie. How do you explain to somebody that this whole thing about sneakers?
Well, for a while I struggled, but now it's easy for me to explain it. I figured it out. You ask someone what makes you happy, and then you ask them, what do you do that makes you happy? So your question answers will usually be, oh, I love cooking, I love reading, I love traveling. For me, I love shoes. Now you understand. That's it.
Yeah. Like Marie Kondo, that woman on Netflix. You got to do things that make you happy. That's what she says, right? Something like that.
Is life. That is what is life.
That is
how about you, Charlie?
That is the secret of life. Doing the things that make you happy. That is it.
Yeah, totally. Totally. I agree with everything that's been said just then. Like, I don't know, do things that make you happy. I've always, for me, I don't know, man. My dad says it well. My dad, he's into golf, and he says to people, Charlie's shoes, it's like golf. It's like my golf. That's what it is. It's his thing. And everyone's got their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Derek said, cooking or whatever, this is our thing. This is what we do. And then you join these communities and realize, hey, I'm not alone. Like, there's a lot of people like me and enjoy what I like, and That's the cool part of it.
Awesome.
There's other weirdos like us.
I wanted to say that.
I think that's the best thing, right? Because go on. Yeah.
About 10 or 12 years ago, maybe as far as 2006. Whenever we lined up for Kickz, people would look at us funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get into argument with drunk people, and they'll ask, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Whoa, what are you doing? Why are you lining up for shoes?" Da, 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 da. Now, you know what? People line up for days, and it's like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's so weird. So
Yeah.
It's just like I said last time. I still feel like an outsider to my own culture, to my own subculture, and it's just weird. It just weirds me out that people used to think what we did was weird. It was like, why are you collecting Pokemon cards? Why are you collecting NBA? Why are you collecting puzzle cards? Why are you collecting comic books? Now all those things have come back, and they're so cool. See, it's weird. It's still
it
me
is.
out.
It's
I
true.
still
Like,
prefer to be on my own island. Like, I'm weird. Just leave me alone. This is what I like.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
now it's so
the peaceful place.
no, it's so mainstream. Everybody wants a piece of it. I don't know, but it's nice. It's good in a way as well that it's mainstream. So,
yeah. I think it's awesome that it's becoming mainstream, and I think for the most part, for us who have been a part of it for a number of years, like we can kind of step back and just see it grow in a sense, and kind of having that knowledge that there are like-minded people like us, that when we sit back, like the way we're thinking, there's going to be somebody else that's thinking the same thing. But yeah, it's definitely a journey. Hey, like it's definitely a journey, and we meet all these awesome people, like one, two, three, along the way, and then we kind of we have this, I don't know, sense of community, obviously, but also there's like a different language that we speak, right? Like there's a different language that we speak. But yeah, it's weird. Like, yeah, go on.
It's like meeting. Let's say, I met you for the first time, but I can tell straight away you're a sneakerhead and into the culture. And we start talking, right? It feels like I've known you for such a long time.
So long.
Like two old friends meeting again after so many years.
Yeah.
That's the feeling every time I talk to a brand new sneakerhead that I haven't met
yet.
Yeah. So weird.
And
like, we even finish each other's sentences. So,
that is true.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even know each other's name yet.
It is. It's so true. Like we're just in the same. I guess in the same kind of like little box. I guess.
Yeah. Same wavelength, same
bubbles.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right, thinking.
I love meeting brand new sneakerheads and that energy. That energy, the energy that I still get. I'm sure we all still get, but there's like a new puppy energy for a new sneakerhead. Like, and they know everything dropping. They know everything like about the culture.
Besides MJ, man, like Charlie, who had the best sneakers in the 90s besides MJ?
Bro.
Let's go.
Charles Barkley had some of the bomb shoes growing up as a kid. Like Barkley bought these Air Max. Barkley had the 180s. Like, hang on. Check these 180s. 180.
Sick, man.
Like,
I love
this shoe and a few other shoes were massive. Like for me, the USA 180s, like it was, it was a thing. I think it was because at the time where I started to take MJ sort of seriously and understand who MJ was. It was around the time of Charles Barkley as well. And at that time, there was that final series with MJ and Barkley.
93?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I forget the Air Max Barkley had on, but he had this purple and white colorway Barkley pair on, and I loved him, man.
CB.
Like I looked at them and went like, yo, these are some shoes. Not to say Jordans weren't big, because I love them. I love them so much, but I just think Barkley shoes spoke at that time to me a little bit more.
Yeah.
Also, as well, I wanna bring up the Grandma Mars from Larry
Oh
Johnson.
yeah, Larry Johnson. Yeah, the Converse.
Bro, like these shoes were huge.
Yeah, man.
And I think what made them big was the commercials that came
The
with
commercial.
it.
Yeah.
It was all about the commercials. Like my commercial was cool. The first Jordan I think I ever saw in real life was the Jordan 6. Like that's the first one I saw in like real life and really understood what I was looking at. And I think that's what grew my love. But yeah, back in the day, it wasn't just J's. Also Air Max, DW Air Max was huge.
Yeah.
I grew up on Reebok Pump. But can I tell the kids listening to this that Reebok Pump was as big as Nike's now?
Yep.
So are you seeing
Back
Nike's
then.
now?
Yeah.
Back in those days, Reebok was that big. Like if you had pumps on your feet, like growing up in the 90s, you were something special. So that's what stood out for me.
Yeah. How about you, SHOEZEN.ONE? Besides MJ.
Sweet.
How many can I bring out?
As much as you want.
During the time of MJ, bro, for me, apart from MJ, obviously it was the Pippins.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Pippins.
Yep.
Pippins.
Some
It's
of
right
the
next to it.
They just re-released the flights, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That was huge.
It was huge. Obviously the Nike Air more up tempo with the AIR on the side. That was huge back in the day. Like, whoa, this whole thing had air on the midsole. Like, whoa, that blew my mind as a kid. But I'm gonna go I'm gonna go a bit forward with the next generation, right? After MJ, this guy,
man.
AI, man. Yeah.
This was my guy.
There's a lot of them releasing this year.
Yeah, there are. So when back in the day, I had a choice between these or the Jordan 11 Concords, and I went with these because AI resonated with me. He was hip hop.
Yes.
He brought the gangster into the NBA.
He did.
He changed
the baggy shorts, the cornrows.
The cornrows, the tattoos, everything.
He did.
He put the NBA, he flipped it on his head. And this was a time when everyone was wearing proper dress, proper dresses for the courts. But he, he put the baggy shorts and Echo. He was wearing Echo.
Yes.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Here. So this guy, obviously, man. Apart from MJ, Iverson and Kobe was my biggest heroes growing up.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think for me, like when Charlie, you brought up Barkley, right? For me, it was Kevin Johnson. Hey, like it was like the KJ7s, like the feeler ones. I remember seeing those, and they were so reminiscent of Reebok pumps, like D Brown's Reebok pumps, right? Because they had the oversized tongue. And I remember seeing those. I'm like, man, those shoes are so fly. But obviously, like here in Australia, we would never get any of those feelers until like Grant Hill made it big, and then we had the 95s, 96, and 97 Grant Hills. But for me, man, outside of MJ, it would be the Kevin Johnson feeler shoe. Then it would be Grant Hill's feeler shoes. I remember picking. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if you guys remember a shop called Sportsco. I think it was big here in Sydney, but Sportsco in the 90s was just this sneaker store. Yeah. And I remember going in there and they had all of Grant Hill's shoes all on 50% off, like on the table, like all brand new. I was like, I need to get like one of each. Like,
All of them.
I think I paid like, I think I paid like $50 for each pair. Like it was awesome.
Is that the one that like the Jordan 9 sort of with the
similar? Yeah.
Similar,
Wasn't that the two-pack shoe?
No,
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, the two-pack shoe. Yeah.
So
it was awesome. And then obviously, I gotta bring up Penny again, man. The Penny ones. I know last week, like SHOEZEN.ONE and I were having a conversation. He's gonna bring it out again. And this is the reason why I connect with that shoe so much is because in year 8, I remember saving up all of my money and I wanted to buy my first pair of Nikes, right? And I remember seeing Penny with them, with like his the black Orlando jersey playing, and I was like, I want those shoes. Like I knew they were coming out. I was like, I want those shoes. And I think I spoke it into existence. Hey, like I just kept telling myself, I want those shoes. I want those shoes. And I finally, my birthday, get to Foot Locker in Parramatta, and like I was $30. Like I needed $30 more to just buy those shoes, right? And then Dad was with me, and he's just like, you know what? It's your birthday. You pay for pay for whatever you have, like whatever money you have, and I'll pay the balance. So I got him, and I remember I would wear that everywhere, anywhere. The soles turned like smooth because I wore it so much. The air bubble popped, and I still kept wearing them. But yeah, that's like, so the first time they retroed it, I missed out, and I was like, oh man. This year, when they come, I got to get 2 pairs. Like honestly, I got to get 2 pairs. Got to get 2 pairs.
Are they releasing in a pack?
I don't know. I think it was rumored that they'll release in like the home and away colors as a pack, but I think
that's what I heard as well.
Individually, they'll be coming out. Like the first retro, because the first retro they only released the.
Haven't released the. I'm still waiting.
The home one, yeah.
Oh, I don't.
But for me, oh man, 90s basketball.
I was gonna ask, what do you guys think about that collab that's coming out with that shoe? What do you guys?
There's a couple at the moment. Hey, like there's a social status one.
Yes.
S2C. Oh, the one with the patches.
The one with the patches, and then there's going to be a Stussy one, I think, that's coming out as well. But I think that's the market at the moment, isn't it? That's the culture. It's just if it's a collab, they know it's going to make money, right? So, but hopefully we get the OGs, and hopefully there's a lot to go around, because man, like
there should be.
Yeah.
Look, let's go 2-3 pairs, maybe. Let's go 3 pairs. Like let's put it out there. I'll speak it into existence again.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah, I'll speak it into existence again.
They're gonna do that release where US, Europe, then Australia.
Yeah.
Usually that's what they do anyway.
It's funny you mentioned Grant Hill. I used to collect his NBA cards back in the day. And I had amassed an album, right? And then NBA cards were starting to decrease in value. It's starting to lose its popularity. So what I did was I sold them all. And what I did with the money was it would be the equivalent of just $130 today. But it was big money back then. I had a choice between buying a Jordan 12 playoff and Kobe Elevation, the shoe he wore in the dunk contest. So I ended up buying the playoff 12s because MJ.
Of course, MJ.
They were the most horrible shoes to play because back then they were built like tanks. Basketball kicks were built like, it took a while for them to break in, not unlike the basketball kicks today. Like the basketball kick today, you can wear them straight out of the box. Back then you had to wear for at least 10 games, right? So anyway, sorry to break in, but
no, don't apologize.
Just remember Grant Hill. But you know what? When I got older, I finally got the Kobe Elevation.
Oh man,
had to.
Yeah. So I guess that's what I love about, like, I guess for seeing your collection. I know, Charlie, I know you kind of slowed down with the sneaker purchases and all that sorts of stuff. But you know, the collection that you have is still fire, man. Like it's still awesome because there's still a lot of things in your collection I personally resonate with. And, you know, when I see it, I'm just like, that's awesome. I guess what I want to ask you now is there a particular pair, and I asked this question to SHOEZEN.ONE last week, is there a particular pair that or two that you kind of like that you resonate with, that, you know, when you put it on, you get that vibe and you're just like, man, this is,
I love story.
So first off is I've got two pairs that I could get rid of all my pairs. As long as I had these two pairs, I'm good to go. And the first one is Black Cement 3.
Whoa.
I love this thing, man. Like, for whatever reason, this resonates with me. I love it because it's the first time that Jordan shoe had an air bubble. And growing up as a kid, like there was something just having the air bubble. Like, you know, you gotta have an air bubble on your soul.
That's
what
Derek
like,
said last
skip
time.
the air bubble. Man. So this shoe I purchased, it was the NA release. I think it was 2018, 17 or 18 that this shoe was released. I copped two pairs.
Nice.
And the reason I copped two pairs is because I told myself I'm going to wear the hell out of
absolutely.
like,
Absolutely.
because I love it so much. Like I want to wear it every single day. Like that's how much love I have for it. So this pair is still going. I've literally worn it every single day. Not really, but you know, every other day. I wear this shoe. I've worn it through the mud. I wear it walking my dog. I take it shopping. I wore it to the club. It's gone overseas. Like it's done everything. So yeah, I just feel like when I put these on, I feel invincible. So that's one. And the other shoe that I love is this. It's I don't know. It's a work of art for me. It's the colors. It's the silhouette. Man. Cheers, bro.
Hey, I'm still chasing. I'm still chasing.
But the materials. Everything about this shoe does it for me. It's just clean. I feel like I can wear it with anything. And whatever I'm wearing, it sort of dresses up my outfit for whatever reason. It just levels everything up with it. So that's a hard question, but these two are probably the shoes that, like, if I had to pick two shoes to die with, it'd be those two pairs.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned the BC3s because I did the same thing. Yeah, like in 2017, 2018 when they came out, I'm like, if I can get two, I'm gonna grab two because I know I'm gonna keep wearing them. Right, my 2013s that I have, like the soles have just come off those, but I'm still keeping it. Like I still have them, and they're still awesome. Like it's just in the collection, right? Not touching. And for some of my students, when they ask me, so like, what's one shoe that I should get? Like, once I start my collection off, the first thing I say is BC3s. If you can get some Black Cement 3s on your feet, man, you don't need anything else, right?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's different for us, right? Because that's a bit of a lie for us because we need all the shoes. But I tell my students all the time, like, Black Cement 3s, if you can get that, man, like, you're going to get that nod. You're going to get that sneaker nod that, like, you know what I'm talking about? You're walking around and people that know sneakers will look at you like, bro.
Instagram and approval.
Exactly, right?
Once you get that look, you get that look from the other person looking at your feet. Okay, you get to go.
Man, totally.
Oh, 100%. That's every Tuesday and Friday when I wear sneakers to school. That's all I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting for a kid to like look at me and go, sir, you look fly today. And I'm like, I know, bro. Like, you don't need to tell me twice.
It took me 4 hours to pick
I'm joking.
God damn it.
No, I'm just gassing myself. I'm just gassing myself.
But I bet you the hardest part before going to work on a school will be picking your pair of shoes, right?
Oh man, yeah. Honestly, it always is. I try not to wear the same pair like all the time, so that the kids know, like, oh, that's something different. Like, it's cool. because I get them to wear it sometimes too, right? Take a picture for their Instagram, like But yeah, it's awesome. But BC3s, man, like it's just I don't know, it's just one of the most innovative like basketball shoes to be ever released in the 90s. Oh well, sorry, late 80s, right? Because during that time it was like, it was unheard of to get like that type of leather on the shoe, the air bubble, and the comfort. Yeah, right.
It
So
was
it's
the first
crazy.
Jordan to feature the air bubble.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like what is that?
who would do such
And
a thing?
there's always something about that black red combo. Like put it on any shoe, man. That's it. Take my money. Like take my money. It's just really, really good. All right, I've just one more question, I guess. All right, okay. So this is for both of you guys. Let's start off with SHOEZEN.ONE. Right, with so many pairs of sneakers releasing every year, and I feel like every year, right? We know Air Jordan 1s are going to come out, and it's just going to saturate the market. We know Jordan 3s are going to come out, saturate the market, even though they said years back that they were going to put that in the vault, right? Which was
that? Wow.
that was the funniest thing, right?
I was scared.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was scared.
Right.
I was like, buy all the threes.
Yeah.
Buy all
the threes that you can. So we know that Jordan 1s are always going to saturate the market. Jordan 3s will probably come out in 7 or 8 or even like 10 colorways. Is there like a particular style of shoe that you want to keep your eye out for, especially for this year? Like especially like because it's the 30th anniversary as well, Air Max, right? So there's going to be a lot of stuff. There
is, but I'm kind of hoping that there isn't a lot of stuff that I'm going to be interested in because I want to save up some money. But there is one shoe though that has stood out from the rest, from all the early picks. It's the Ama Maniere. Sorry, I'm bastardizing the pronunciation. Ama Maniere 2s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Those are sweet.
Yeah.
Those are legit. Those are legit sweet.
Yeah.
Might even call it early. Could be early contender for sneaker of the year again.
Yeah.
Another AMM.
It's just the consistency in the design, right? Like that collaboration is just the word consistent, right? It's just on the 3, on the 1, and the 2 looks immaculate as well, right? So yeah, the 2s are going to be a good one.
Could be seeing a lot of guys go, oh, I like the 2s since 2022.
Yeah.
I've been wearing I've been wearing Jordan 2s.
Just like that off-white what they released, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one sneaker I'm keeping my eye on. All the rest, maybe I can chill. Saving up for a couple of sneakers I missed out on it last year.
Yeah. All right, how about you, Charlie?
For me, I'm a retro sneaker collector. I love collabs, don't get me wrong. I do love them, but my heart's still stuck in the 80s and 90s with those retro colorways. So in saying that, this year I'm looking forward to the Fire Red 3.
Ooh,
yeah.
I think that's around September.
Yeah, with the
September.
Yeah.
No, August, I think. Not that I'm counting. But, yeah.
It's on his calendar. It's on his calendar already. It's ready to go.
So that 3 was like that 3 is probably number 2 behind Black Cement for me. Again, it's that red, white, and black, but on the flip.
Yeah.
So yeah, on the reverse. So over the last couple of years, everything's been just like retro stuff because I'm just a retro head. I'm stuck in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be for me. That pair is like, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's still a good choice. Though. Like I think that entire like 80s 90s vibe is like what's big at the moment, especially with the kids. So I do not doubt that that's just going to sell out in seconds. So
I hope it does
something. Yeah, man, like same here. Like I hope I can just go into a Foot Locker like we used to, hey, and just like I'll take that.
I think all that retro release in the future is gonna be like how the Lightning released. It's gonna be a lot of number.
Yeah.
Can I just
go ahead.
Yeah,
No, go ahead.
All All right. Just recently, this kind of put me off, right? Like with the Raging Bull 5s, they were fairly an easy cop, and then they restocked again after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then same with the Lightning 4s, right? It stood on shelves for, and to a lot of OG heads, that was the grail of grails, the Lightning 4s, right?
Yeah.
And you still, you know what pisses me off? You still hear people complain, oh, there's too many of them. They're sitting on shelves.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Like they're already giving us what we want, and you still complain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get people sometimes.
Yeah, it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right? Like there's always gonna be someone you're not gonna keep happy, and there's always someone that's just gonna.
I
don't know.
can't
Keep them happy.
Sorry, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, hey, let's because I know time is a thing, and we don't want to take any more of your time for both of you, especially. I guess, hey, let's look at your top tens. Hey, we'll start off with SHOEZEN.ONE. Have you got some top tens?
All right, number 10. The sneaker started the entire mainstream mess in Australia.
Yeah.
This is the retro one. This is the 2020.
South Beach, yeah.
Yeah, the 2010 version, the OG version.
Yeah, okay.
It started the whole sneaker mania in Australia.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I can remember. This stood on shelves for weeks until Fat Joe started flexing it on the internet.
True. Yeah. Very true. Very true.
For guys like me, and even Charlie, all we knew about basketball kicks were white, black, red. That colorway combo. Yeah. For these to come out in this color, we go, what? Places? No way. But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this will forever be a historical and a pop entry for me. Charlie?
I don't have anything in particular order. Like I can't name my kids, you're the best and you're number 10. But let's start with, I'm gonna say these.
Oh, choice, good choice.
Only because these are like the first pair of J's I saw in real life. I had a friend who came over one day to my house and he had these on. I was like, yo, bro, I already know I can't ask my mom for these.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. These are a big deal. I think when these dropped, it was like the future.
Yeah.
I felt like like futuristic for its time. And also as well, it's the first shoe that MJ got his first ring. So,
exactly.
That means a lot. I can't say that I knew heaps about MJ before his first ring. Also, when he won his ring, that's when MJ came into my life as MJ. I can't say that I religiously followed all of his stuff before he became like his heiress as we know then. Before that, to be honest, before that, it was everything for me was LA. Lakers. I'm still a Lakers fan. But it was that Kareem Magic type of feel, and Magic Johnson and like Larry Bird, they ran the highlight reel then. So so that's who I watch, but this is what brought MJ on the scene for me.
Yeah, cool. So that's the just for the listeners at home, we're looking at the Jordan 6 playoffs. Yeah.
Yes,
nice
sir.
one.
Red Sixers.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we going one for one?
I thought that was what you were doing, like Charlie.
Yeah, let's do one for one. Let's do one for one.
All right. Okay. All right. Iversons, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, the Reebok questions.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Already said a lot of things about this shoe, but this apart from the Reebok pumps, man, these are probably. I mean, if you say Reebok to me now, I'll immediately think about the questions.
Yep.
Especially the Pearl Blue Toes where he crossed over MJ.
Historical shoe. Historical shoe.
That's it. I'll leave it at that.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to put playoff 8s.
Yes.
In there. again, this caught my eye as a kid because it was again the future. I felt very futuristic, especially with the fur tongue. The first time I saw eights was the Aqua Eights.
Yes.
I remember this kid coming to school with the Aqua Eights on. I was like, yo, man, like I gotta have these shoes.
Same.
And like everything was amazing. The straps, the furry tongue, the graphics on the inside of the shoe. You know, just everything about that shoe was cool. And this was the three-peat shoe. This was the shoe that he won his his third championship with. So, and I remember that was the Barkley. That was the Barkley jewel.
The Barkley, the Barkley.
So I remember that quite vividly. And this is the shoe. So yeah, I'm gonna go with these.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I love those as well.
Have you guys seen the idea of the Kobe and the 8 that they're releasing with the colorway? I forgot the nickname of it. It's kind of like brownish color, but it's a Japanese name. But it's a
the Rui Hanamichi something.
Is that Hachimura one?
Yeah, it's the Washington Wizards player.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a PE for him. Yeah. It's nice. It's got frayed sweet on the top, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Kobe's and Lakers, gotta bring this out. Gotta bring out the MLK 4s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing screams more Kobe than these kicks.
Yeah.
Lakers, the Mamba on the collar. Oh, I love these kicks.
Awesome.
So yeah, man.
That's wow.
I will. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about Kobe, man, because I might take over the entire show. But man, gotta be Kobe.
We can always do a part 2.
No, it's fitting. Number 8 is Kobe for my top 8. Yeah. So yep, that's it.
What you got, Charlie?
These.
Oh man.
Craig Elo 4s.
Yeah, bro. Get someone else close on that. Yeah.
Far out. But yeah, these were the shot. That shot that you saw. That still does the rounds. Like whenever you think Mike, you think of that shot. Wearing these against the Cavs.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. So
I just feel sorry for Craig Elo, just poor guy.
Wow. So yeah, that's that one.
Yeah.
All right. Lacekickz worldwide exclusive. It will only be shown here. Unreleased. Derrick Rose prototype. This never released to the
Wow.
So these were his kicks because you know how he often get injured on his ankles.
Yeah.
So his speed wraps would lock into this Velcro and they would become one shoe.
That's hectic.
Yeah, but for some reason they never released it. So they released a different pair with a different uppers. But
how did you get your hands on this? Can I ask?
Yeah, how did you get that?
Questions. All right. The best way to answer this is this. 2005, 2006 in Melbourne, no one cared about kicks. Yeah. So I've made friends with employees and salesmen of Adidas, Nike, and this and that. And they know I'm a huge sneakerhead. So every time they would bring in stuff, samples, unreleased prototypes, and when they would visit Melbourne, they'd call me and say, "Hey, do you want this?" Yeah, no worries, because no one else wanted them. You know what happens to these kicks? They get thrown in the trash, in the bin.
Yeah, exactly. The samples, that's what usually happens.
They're not allowed to be sold back then.
Yeah.
So rather than going to the bin, they'd rather give it to someone who can appreciate it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Lucky me. So
that's cool.
That's cool.
No. So don't be a snob. Don't be a sneaker snob. Make friends.
Yeah.
Develop your relationship.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So yep, that's number 7, I think. Yep.
All right. I mentioned these before, but Atmos Elephant MX1. This is my absolute favorite shoe that I own. And just, I don't know, yeah, everything about this shoe speaks to me. Design, this elephant print, it just works. The teal, so yeah, the materials, it's just premium all the way around. So yeah,
to me, those are the perfect shoes, man. Perfect sneakers.
same, perfect sneaker.
Yeah,
they're very comfy too.
Oh, all right, another Lacekickz exclusive. Again, this is the only time you'll see this.
Hey, honestly, I'm like a kid in a candy store at the moment.
And,
Yeah.
We're talking about relationships, right? Right. So I became friends with the managers of Nike here way back when. They're all gone now, and they gave me this. These are the unreleased black cement ones.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it right now.
Oh man, that looks so good.
Now,
Can I ask how many pairs around the world that only have that?
As far as I know, I'm the only one. As far as I know.
So good.
SHOEZEN.ONE.
The reason why it never released because it looks so much like the Supremes.
Yeah.
The Supreme Dunks that came out, and Supreme stopped them straight away. You can't release them.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
That's crazy. That's
I never knew that.
That's crazy.
Now,
That's one of the craziest pairs of shoes I've seen like in years. That's like wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This has a brother. This has a true blue brother. When I got these, I gave that pair to someone who was, he was not really well off mentally.
Yeah.
So he was actually asking for this one. I go, no, you can have it.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. I love you, man. But you know what? He just sold that shoe for some. So should have kept it.
Yeah.
But it was my intention then to brighten up his day. That's why I gave it to him.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, what year did you get these shoes? What year was that?
It's 2012 or 2013. Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's funny because I find it in Melbourne. You can find PEs in DFO. When I went last day, I find a lot of PEs in DFO. I found I think 3 pairs of Nike.
Yeah, sometimes they make it there, but like I said, nowadays even the employees are scared.
It's be so hard to get.
Yeah, to get to it before. Like there's a ton of. I might as well speaking. Look, unreleased again. Kevin Durant rookie sneaker.
Wow.
And if you guys can see, like, this is what real sweet is.
Yeah.
It looks real good. That's buttery.
So again, like what Dr. Lacekickz said, there was once upon a time these made it to outlets, and no one cared. No one cared. Only real sneakerheads knew. This was like $20-$30.
Yeah, and I love how it's got the Seattle Supersonics colors as well, which is awesome.
So yeah. Anyway, this is not a top 10. It's just lying on the floor.
Wow, sorry, these are just lying on the floor.
Yeah, it's just.
The room is a mess. Look, the room is a mess. My missus. I haven't fixed the sneaker room in a bit.
You know what? At this point, I'm not going to be surprised if you pull out some M&M 4s or something.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Oregon 4s. I don't know. I wouldn't be
With an
surprised.
autograph.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, that's it. No more. That's it. Oh, all right.
Sneaker sign 3.
Wait. Since Charlie said it, I'll bring it out. Sample Fire Reds.
Yeah.
What? This guy.
You just
I know,
broke
right?
You just broke in my screen, I think.
Oh.
But these aren't the ones that are coming out, man. These are from
Eddie.
I have a date, but hang on a sec. It's I can't find the date, but it's not the one that's this one again came from Nike itself. And
because I don't think in 1988 they put the date on the tags.
I can't tell you the story behind the sneakers. I may be able to tell you guys off video one day.
Yeah, one day.
This is huge.
Yeah.
Like will blow your mind, literally, once you find out the backstory of this one.
Yeah, keen to hear that.
So one day I'll.
Yeah, same.
All right, that's it, man.
Okay, you, Charlie?
So I think we're up to 5.
Yeah.
We're at 11.
Woo!
Yeah. I just, again, as you probably noticed, all OG colorways.
Yeah.
This is just clean, simple, gorgeous.
Beautiful.
He probably had one of his best seasons in the 11.
Yeah.
Was 72 and 10 was the 11s, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, these definitely, like, if I could have had 3-4 pairs of these, I would have. But yeah, 11s, Reds, love them.
So good. I'm just preparing myself for another, like.
Oh my, like, wow. What are you coming with?
Oh, here we go.
This
Bronze.
LeBron first games, the OG.
Yeah.
And now the reason why this one is special is because this was the first time I lined up for sneakers with my wife. So
the story to it.
yeah, so the story is much more important than the actual kick itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, but you know, there was this high school kid who was all right. So yeah, okay, I'll get his shoe.
That's cool. Yeah. Awesome.
So that's number 5.
All right, Charlie.
PC3 brought these up before. We had a chat about them. You know what it is.
Yeah.
So these are definitely in my top 10. These are probably top 3 shoe for me of all time.
We have
awesome shoe, can take a beating, awesome materials, awesome history, awesome everything. BC3. Love it.
Cool.
That's it.
we before this cut out, I want to say thank you both for coming in. I think we're gonna have to do a part 2 on this.
Let's do a part 2. Aim for a part 2.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
man.
We should do a part 2. So we'll stop from now, and I want to say thank you guys, and thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Marcoya. Like, I love you both.
Yeah.
We gotta do
Thanks
part
so
2,
much for
Thanks
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
for the invite. Charlie, it was
Guys.
good to meet you, mate. Much love, brother. Much love.
Likewise, guys. Thanks for having me. Derek, you're an
Yeah.
absolute legend. Keep doing what you're doing. You're inspiring me and like a whole nother generation of sneaker photographers. But I also think photographers in general, because your photo work, like, yeah, you shoot sneakers, but every time I look at your work, it's more than that. Like,
Thank you guys for listening. If any of you got a question or a suggestion for the team, welcome to send us a message. Make sure you check us both on Lacekickz and LacekickzFamily, Soul Insiders on Instagram, and see you guys next episode.